YouTube family, how's everybody doing? This is the original Grown B, and I haven't made a Call of Duty video in a very, very long time. I actually haven't played a lot of Call of Duty over the last few years, and I kind of want to address that in this video. So when you talk about Call of Duty, a lot of people in the community are going to say that Call of Duty is dead, if not on its very last leg. And you know what? I do agree with that. I totally agree with that. But I don't agree with a lot of the reasoning that other YouTubers, Call of Duty fans, and customers use for why Call of Duty is dying. And the fact of the matter is this: Call of Duty sucks because the fans suck. Like bad. And you know, it took me a while to really put my finger on it. I've always known that the Call of Duty fan base is just not a very good fan base, and that is why I don't really play a lot of Call of Duty anymore, and I definitely don't upload a lot of Call of Duty anymore. And in YouTube in general, you know, gameplay commentators are not leaning on Call of Duty as far as their content anymore. It's just not happening. And it actually started to become a lot more clear to me when the Black Ops 4 trailer released earlier this year. There were so many people crying and complaining, saying, oh, this looks just like every other Black Ops, or oh, this just looks like every other Call of Duty. Like, it's almost like you're forcing your way into an environment where you can complain, or creating an environment where you complain. Because when you think about it, it makes sense that Black Ops 4 would play a lot like Black Ops 3, 2, and the original Black Ops. Like, I don't get this idea that people think that when you're playing games in series that you're suddenly going to see drastic changes. You're not going to see drastic changes when you're talking about Black Ops 1, 2, 3, and 4. You may see some changes when you're talking about a Modern Warfare versus a Black Ops, or when you're talking about Battlefield versus a Black Ops. But I mean, when you think logically about it, of course, Black Ops 4 is going to be a lot similar to Black Ops 3. That's just the simple fact. It's going to be nothing like Mario 64. It's going to be nothing like Mario Kart. It's going to be nothing like, you know, Need for Speed. But when you're playing a game in series, this expectation that you're going to see these drastic changes, it's just foolish. So then the beta comes out, and allow me to do a quick side rant. People are already putting out their Call of Duty Black Ops 4 review videos and saying, oh, this game sucks or whatever, like 6 or 8 hours after the game comes out. To me, I don't fucking like that. If your objective is to give accurate information, I just don't think that only spending, I don't know, a quarter of a day with the game, you have enough information to make that decision, or to try to bring that information to other people. You may think that it's in a certain condition or a certain way at that time, but don't bring that to other people. To me, that just makes me think that you're just trying to get a video out as quickly as possible so that you can get the most views. I don't fucking like that. I always try to spend at least a week or so with a game before I do anything close to what I consider a review. But anyway, so all of a sudden, people start talking about all these different things. Started with, oh, this just looks like a same old Black Ops video, you know, Black Ops gameplay or typical Call of Duty. And now all of a sudden, there's these different mechanics that they've implemented into the game to make it a little different. So people are crying about the health system. Oh, the time to kill is too long. People are complaining about the fucking vest or the body armor, and oh, we don't like that because I just have to spend too much time trying to kill the particular person. I get it. Sometimes it's gonna be shit that you don't like, but don't complain when and say things like, oh, they're not doing anything different, and then they do things different, and now all of a sudden you want to put together a petition to change the only things that are different about the game. Like, to me, that's a double standard, and what it shows me is that you don't actually care about whether or not the game is fun. You care whether or not you are successful. I play a lot of different video games, that have multiplayer aspects to them, and the Call of Duty fan base is the only one where competition takes a definitive backseat to success. Call of Duty fans, they want to win every single gunfight. They want to win every single match. Like, and it shows itself in when people make brand new accounts just so they can bypass competitive matchmaking and face people who are not as good as them. No one else does that in any other games. Like in fighting games, the main games that I like to play, it gets absolutely boring when you're fighting against people that you can completely destroy. The funnest times are when you're matched up against someone who is very close to your skill set or skill level. Call of Duty fans aren't like that. That is why you see things like, oh, we're gonna start a petition because I don't like losing gunfights when somebody has body armor on. I don't like losing gunfights. Like, as a shotgun user, I can't stand body armor because the whole point is I want to be able to kill you in one shot. As a matter of fact, I have to have an attachment on my gun just to get a one shot. You think I like that? No. But you know what? I like the way they balanced it out. And that's how you have to look at it. You are responsible for how you have fun. And that is the main point that I want to drive in this video. Take responsibility for whether or not you can have fun on a game. Stop blaming the developers any time that they do something that you don't like. Just work around it. Think back, Modern Warfare 2 is almost universally recognized as the best Call of Duty. There was Painkiller in that nobody liked. There was NoobTube 1 Army that nobody liked. The Commando Lunge that nobody liked. But what? Back then, you didn't get to just get on Twitter and cry and make a video about all the different things that you don't like. You just played the game and you dealt with it. And that is the reason why Call of Duty has just gone way downhill. That is my answer. Call of Duty sucks because the fans, the consumers, the players, y'all fucking suck. It's no coincidence that the further you go back and the more the developers just focused on making a fucking game like they know how to do instead of relying on things like social network or YouTubers videos and all the different little bullshit ways that y'all have to get in the developers' heads and tell them, oh, I really want things to be this way. The games were better then. It's as simple as that. There's no coincidence that further back in Call of Duty's life, when they were just trusting that they know how to make a fucking game and putting the game out without having to hear tweets and YouTube comments and dumb little blogs and all these different things that are great tools to use, but let's be honest, y'all don't know what the fuck y'all are doing with them. If you pay close attention, you'll realize that the people who are saying that they hate Call of Duty the most usually have the most playtime. They usually have the highest rankings. It's because they are constantly playing so they can fulfill this need to win every gunfight or win every match. But whenever they lose, that is when all of a sudden it becomes an issue. And that is when they want to try to perfect the game by trying to make it where they can win every single fucking time. So anything that gets in their way, that's when they want to tweet Treyarch. That's when they want to tweet Sledgehammer or Infinity War. That's when they want to go to them and say, hey, this is the thing that is in my way at this moment. This is why I have some sort of consistency with losing or dying in the game, and I want you to change it. And that mentality itself is what is killing the game. At the end of the day, what Call of Duty fans, players, consumers, whatever y'all want to call yourselves, myself included, I like Call of Duty. I don't play it every year because sometimes, I'm not feeling it that year. And I think those are the times that actually help, not just trying to make sure the game gets tweaked to your perfect liking. Sledgehammer, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, they just make the game. You are responsible for whether or not you have fun on it. So stop turning to them and hoping that they will do something to make the game where you can have fun, because they won't. It's not possible. The people that understand that they're in control of whether or not they have fun, those are the ones that are keeping Call of Duty alive. Everyone else, it's death by 1,000 cuts. Now, if you like the video, like it. If you think someone else might like it, share it. And if you want to see more, I really hope that you would subscribe.